Okay, so I've had my Tesla Model 3 for about 3 years now, and I've slammed 80,000 miles on it. And I figured today I would do a review on how I truly feel about the car. I guess the only way to really describe how I feel, to summarize it with one word, I guess it would be that I love it. I freaking love the car. I really love this car, like really capital letters, LOVE, love this car. And let me tell you why. Aesthetically speaking, the Tesla Model 3 is the most minimal interior of any car, in my opinion. Everything that's there is absolutely necessary to be there. And I find it beautiful when something is clearly a subtractive design process. When you focus on removing rather than adding. That really resonates with me. And I prefer the Tesla Model 3 interior over the Tesla Model S or Model X interior. Well, not the refresh, but the one before the refresh. And I just find it so naturally beautiful. I guess my aesthetic is minimalist purist in a sense, and for that reason I haven't done many modifications to the car. In fact, the only other thing that I've done is add a little bit more wood to the interior of the car with the scent wedge and the center console. But aside from that, I've done zero modifications to the car, and I absolutely love it the way it rolled off the lot. It's important to note that I am in no way a car person. Like, before the Tesla Model 3, I was driving a Honda Accord, and I used it to get from point A to point B, and I didn't care for it. And you can tell right now, like, I don't really care for protecting my car, or I don't protect the paint. I barely do a car wash, and when I do, I go through an automated car wash. So it's not so much that like I want to like baby the car and protect it. It's more so I still see it as a tool, but I see it as the best freaking tool, the most fun tool, and the smartest tool available that happens to also be the fastest and most fun thing to drive and get around with. How often do you change the oil? And the answer to that is never. I've never changed the oil on my car. How often do you have to charge? And can you charge frequently, or how convenient is it on a road trip? And the answer to that is it's super freaking convenient. Like, I did a 5-day long in Norway, and range anxiety was non-existent. Going from point A to point B is literally like the idea of charging doesn't even cross my mind, because the car navigates you to the chargers that you need along your route based on charge status and road conditions and inclines or declines and weather. And it's just so it does all the thinking for you. And so figuring out how you're going to charge, where you're going to charge is a non-issue, because the car does it for you. Okay, well, if the car is so low maintenance, you still have to change the brakes, you still have to get new brake pads and new disc brakes and yada yada yada. And honestly, the truth is that it's minimal, because of the regen braking, the wear and tear on the brakes are significantly less than a traditional gas-powered car. So actually, replacing the brakes, if you don't race with the car, which I don't, is not that frequent at all. I mean, I think over the course of 80,000 miles, I've only changed my brakes maybe once, and I'm not even sure of that. where can I buy a Tesla? Where's the dealership, or how do I do a test drive? The answer is that there is no dealership. They're actually showrooms that are owned by Tesla, so there's no dealership markup or anything like that. You can schedule a test drive online, like in 2 steps, or you can just walk in and do a test drive. Like it's literally as easy as possible. I think even during COVID, you could walk up to the car and just scan it and get in and do a test drive. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was like that for a minute. Just touchless. It was a touchless test drive experience. These are just some of the questions that, have been asked from me along the 3 years of my ownership of the Tesla Model 3 after 80,000 miles of use. I still feel the same way about it as the first day that I purchased the car. And I think something about that is intrinsically magical. It's constantly pushing the status quo of what it used to be. It's kind of impossible to get tired of it, and that's my genuine review of the Tesla Model 3 after 80,000 miles. It just keeps getting better, and it's just like, it's never been to the point where I've even considered upgrading the car to anything else. I was thinking about maybe getting a Model Y because of the space and car camping, but I'm already on the waiting list for the Cybertruck, and ultimately I think the Cybertruck will be my end vehicle. Like, I will probably never have to get another vehicle after Cybertruck. I tell everyone that I know, it's the best product that I've ever purchased, hands down. If you are in the $35,000 price point range for a car, you should 1000% test drive a Tesla Model 3, and then test drive any other car that you're considering before you make a purchase, because it's like, it's literally a no-brainer once you try the Tesla Model 3. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you like this video, please gently tap that like button, and I'll see you tomorrow.